Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, June 13th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with the big picture. We fell away from the low 350s resistance a couple of weeks ago after having tested it. And in fact, on the daily chart, we did close above it for several days, but we don't sign off on those longer term buy signals, which would have emerged had we closed above 353.14 on a weekly basis at the end of the day on a Friday. That didn't happen. We fell away, and in fact there was a sell signal, if you recall. I don't show the chart anymore, but there was a channel bottom here that we took out a little over a week ago. It was the day before the big collapse. So the sell signal was beautiful. We didn't obviously anticipate that Donald Trump and Elon Musk would engage in a feud that day, which fueled the sell-off. But it did occur, and we were anticipating, technically anyway, a 2 to 3 week sell-off to 289.89. That happened within a day. 289.89, this 2-3 month channel bottom still able to contain selling through next week into July trade if we retest it again. And from here we can round up within 2 to 3 weeks back into the low 350s. We could trade inside of this area all the way into early July before the market tips its hand in one direction or another. If we were over the next few weeks, over the next week or two, to place a weekly settlement above 353.14, we enter a long-term buy signal. No good reason to be short under just about any time frame if we close above 353.14, because by the end of the year or sooner, I would expect this 5-year channel top at 515.51. But that's obviously not happening. What has happened is we've fallen away from the low 350s and tested the 289.89 formation. On the way up, we do have 331.61 still. We pushed through this area significantly on Wednesday, tagged this former channel bottom, but we didn't close above it. It would be a settlement above 331.61 that would tell us we are likely within 1 or 2 days, Monday, Tuesday of next week, to retest this 351.39 to 353.14 area, where we could top out well into July, through July perhaps, fall back to the 289.89 channel bottom. But holding below 331.61 will, number one, keep us from testing the low 350s, and number two, keep 289.89 in reach by the end of next week. If you are a 3 to 5 day swing trader, you could be short right now at the 331.61 area, anticipating 289.89 by the end of next week. On the way down today, we still have 309.31. That's a 3/8 Fibonacci. It hasn't performed beautifully, but we still like it on an intraday basis. There's a few other things going on down here, but not much. 309.31 is solid intraday. I wouldn't hold a long position overnight after testing 309.31. I would hold a short position overnight below 331.61 because it is by the end of next week. I think we could see 289.89. And if we close today below 309.31, we should Monday, Tuesday test 289.89, where we can bottom out into July and round back up within 2 to 3 weeks into the low 350s. Now, if we close below 289.89, it's not happening today, but what's happening is this is rising at a pretty good pace, and we're going to decouple, if you will, this 272.87 to 289.89 region, wherein, there's a number of ways you could play it. I don't have a problem. Well, let me back up just a little bit and say that, number one, if we were over the next week or so to close below 289.89, I would not hold a long position overnight. Would I hold a short position or establish a short position overnight if we close below 289.89? I would, because I think in the end it will be the channel violation that will send the market south. But, we could also once again bottom out at the 5/8 Fibonacci, 272.87, like we did last week, and come off of it nicely. They're still close enough together where we could break 289.89 on an intraday basis, test 272.87, and then rally back by the end of the day, by the closing bell, to settle back above the 289.89 formation. And that then would look like a good low. But But, this is all nuance. I think worst case, this is the way I would frame it. You can buy 289.89 into July unless we close below 289.89. Then you want to exit your long positions. Should you go short, worst case, you could go short with a settlement below 272.87. But I don't have a problem scaling into an overall short position that could play out into July with a mere settlement below 289.89, adding more to it with a settlement below 272.87. Either way, whether it's below 289.89 or 272.87, we would expect 221.86 within a week or two. And yes, within a month or two, I would expect the 159.50 to 165 even 5-year channel support if we close below 272.87 over the next week or two. So, this area remains in reach below 331.61. Keep that in mind. WickedStocks.com offers 2 stock picks a week. Danaher Corporation, is that right? Did I pronounce it correctly? We put out on Thursday. We put out another one a couple of days ago. I already forget what it was. I should write these down before I record these videos. Last week, Tempest AI, Adobe Systems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Many have still yet to set off their signals. They're still fresh. They're still waiting for you to view them by going to WickedStocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial, where you'll see all of our stock picks and our daily triple Q and our daily SPY analysis, our weekly Apple stock analysis. You'll have a full suite of videos and market analysis to watch and use for free. So go to WickedStocks.com. I will be back Sunday afternoon with Monday's Tesla. You have a great weekend.